Hey guys, so here we are
after reading chapter 20
in the book of Matthew, and now it's time to review.
So, I'll let the beautiful one go first.
Okay, so the part that spoke to me was the parable of the vineyard workers. And in my translation, the first verse says it like this: For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early one morning to hire workers for his vineyard. So, I'm just going to give you a quick summary of it. Basically, he goes out, looks for workers, and he brings them to his vineyard. And he goes back, looks for more, keeps on going.
Okay.
And then it says at the 11th hour, he comes back with more people.
At the last hour, he finds
hour.
Once more workers.
And then he calls them to come, and he pays them all a day's wage. And once he gets to the last people, the people that came first, he gave them the exact amount of, he gave them a day's wage, like everybody else.
They thought they were going to get paid a lot more because they were seeing other ones who got there last, like, oh man, they got a full day's wage. So if they got a full day's wage, guess what I'm going to get? 10 times the amount.
Yeah.
But did they get 10 times the amount?
No. And when they started asking him why, this is what he said.
Okay.
Friend, I haven't been unfair. Didn't you agree to work all day for the usual wage? Take your money and go. I wanted to pay this last worker the same as you. Is it against the law for me to do what I want with my money? Should you be jealous because I am kind to others? So those who are last now will be first, then, and those who are first will be last. So, I think that if we see that God is giving somebody else something that they don't deserve, but we think that they don't deserve, but God thinks that they deserve it, we should be happy for them and not discouraged or mad that they got something that we should have gotten because we worked harder than them. But God just chooses people that He wants. He's just being kind.
Yeah. And how does God treat us? Does He treat everyone the same, or
He treats everyone the same?
He does, right? Regardless of how long we've been in the church for, He'll treat everyone the same in the end. And what reward are we waiting for at the end?
Heaven.
So, regardless of what time you come, right? What time you accept Jesus, we are all going to get to heaven. And when we get to heaven, right? It's telling us here that we shouldn't complain for that person who's there. We should do what?
Rejoice that He's there.
Yep, be happy that God gave them also salvation just like He's given us.
So what spoke to you?
So for me, it was very similar to what you were saying. And my verse is found in verse 25. And it says, But Jesus called them to Himself and said, You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and those who are great exercise authority over them. Yet it shall not be among you. But whoever desires to become great among you, let him be your servant. And whoever desires to be first among you, let him be your slave. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give His life a ransom for many. So, Jesus is not saying here that we should make others our servants and our slaves, but that we should teach them to be servants to others. Because it goes on to tell us what type of example Jesus left for us. And was Jesus waiting for people to serve Him, or was He serving others?
He was serving others.
So what kind of things did He do to serve others?
He washed His disciples' feet.
Okay, what else?
He healed others.
So yeah, He was out there working with people and helping them, right? He wasn't expecting anything in return. And service, when we serve others, is not about what we get back, because sometimes we think, if I help him, guess what He's going to do for me?
He helped me back.
Yeah, but that's not the way God wants us to operate. He wants us to help others, even though we know that they're not going to be able to help us back. And who is our example?
Jesus.
Jesus is our example. And it says that He gave His life a ransom for many. He gave His life for us so that we could go out and help and serve others. And when we go out and help and serve others, Jesus says that we will be the greatest in the kingdom of heaven, right? That's why it says in your verse, the last shall be first and the first shall be last, right? So we want to make sure that we all make it to heaven be happy with who's there, and hopefully you could be there too. So remember to do what?
Leave a comment down below on what spoke to you.
And
Like. And
don't forget to read the next chapter. So we'll see you tomorrow. God bless.